Another episode of Aaron Center's episode for podcasting. I have no clue what we're calling this thing, but it's TBD, to be determined. Aaron Center, episode 5. Hi, everybody.
Let me tell you about ZipRecruiter.
So,
9 out of 10 higher.
got my cousin here, Aaron Center. We're talking. This is around Super Bowl time. We don't know who's in it because we're re-recording this. We're actually right now in the first round of the wild card. So go whoever. Hopefully the Seahawks.
Yeah.
What's your prediction?
Ooh, I haven't really even thought about it. For this weekend or for...
No, for the Super Bowl.
Oh, for the Super Bowl. Sorry. So, yeah, it's Super Bowl time. Let's see here. I can't count out the Patriots. Let's go.
I think they're going to lose today against the Titans.
You think so? They could. All right, I'm going to go Baltimore.
Okay.
And New Orleans.
Yeah.
I'm going chalk.
Okay. I was going to say Baltimore and Saints as well.
Yeah.
Because I think Ingram, that's a big storyline. Because Ingram would be going back up against his old team.
Yep, and the NFL only plays in storylines, so
right.
They'll make sure that happens.
Right, exactly.
So shit always works.
You've got...
they learn from the NBA very well.
I think the Seahawks are going to win today.
I think so too.
I think the Vikings are going to lose. So the Seahawks are going to play the Niners. Mm-hmm. And then the Saints are going to... obviously they're going to win. So it's going to be so it's going to be Saints, and then they're going to go to the Packers. Mm-hmm. Obviously they're going to beat the Saints are going to win beat the Packers.
I think that'll happen for sure.
I think it's going to be Saints Niners in the NFC Championship game, and then as much as I want to be Saints Seahawks,
yeah,
I think
more realistically you're thinking Saints Niners.
I'm thinking Saints Niners, but we may never air this part. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking. Well, can I say 2 and then you can just edit the one that happens?
Yeah.
So, dude, Beastquake 2.0, it's going to happen. We're going to beat the Saints.
The Saints at home, even though... Wait.
That's not possible. No, I think I could see the Saints playing the Niners in the NFC Championship game, if that's possible. I think that's how that would work out.
I'd love to see the Seahawks there.
Yeah.
I hate the Niners so much.
Yeah.
I hate them. But let's get off of that for a moment.
Okay.
Super Bowl time. People are always wondering, what snack, what food, what dish can I bring? What is your go-to for a Super Bowl themed party?
Go-to? I don't have a go-to because part of the fun for me is doing something that I think that group will enjoy, because I think about it maybe a little differently than most people would, because I feel like I got to, on some level, impress people.
Right.
So it'd kind of be whatever the flavor of the week is for me, whatever I'm kind of into. But if you're just talking like something, more traditional that anybody could tackle, my wife makes a killer 7-layer bean dip.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
7-layer bean dips can either be so good or so bad.
She does a really good one, and I'm pretty happy with that. My mom, man, one of my favorite things, Rose Bowl, she'd always bust this out, but it was the bread bowl where you take out the bread, and she'd do the spinach dip in there and take out all the bread and cube it up and toast it up, and that was like what you dip into the cheese. And then once it was almost gone, you start tearing the bowl apart. Oh, man, it's so good. So that's one of my favorites. So we usually tend to make some sort of, like if we're going to a friend's house and Ashley's usually the one coordinating all this, so I usually make her do it. But she'll do some sort of like spinach artichoke jalapeno dip or something like that. I love that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
Artichoke dip is so friggin' good, especially if you got jalapeno in it.
Recently, I did a smoked duck and pickled blueberry crostini for my parents when we went over there for, I forget what it was, but...
Christmas?
It might have been Christmas, yeah. Yeah. Thanksgiving.
A smoked duck?
Yeah, I smoked some duck, seared it, sliced it, medium rare, and served it on crostini with pickled blueberries that I had pickled, and what else? There was something else on there. It's a while ago. It's Super Bowl time now.
Super Bowl.
It was cheese brie. I put brie on there, so it was brie.
Can you put cheese brie on?
Cheese brie
on pizza?
Ooh,
is that the unacceptable cheese?
Ooh. No, I find a way.
What would you put on it? With
Figs.
Figs, dried cranberries, and some nuts.
No, I do. Yeah, maybe some toasted pine nuts, but yeah, some figs. Maybe just an olive oil base. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll find a way, man.
I'll find a way. Jurassic Park.
Don't test me.
Cheese will always find a way.
I love cheese.
I
love cheese.
You're going to a high end.
What's your favorite cheese? I like Havarti. Sorry.
You're going to a high end party.
Mm-hmm.
What's the snack that you're going to be like, bam, blowing socks off over here?
That I'm going to bring?
Yeah, this isn't the traditional that everyone else can make. This is the Aaron Center. Let's get centered here.
Snack of February.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Should I just make something up off the top of my head?
No, just tell me. Yeah, I don't. Are you creating this thing right now?
Sure.
Go for it.
I don't know. A snack. Just like a one-bite snack? I can tell you what I'm doing for a tasting that I'm doing recently. For the one-bite part of that tasting. I'm doing two different things.
Let's do it.
I'm doing I'm doing a crostini. Wow. Must do a lot of crostinis. Crostini with burrata cheese, which is like a...
What the heck is a crostini?
It's a toasted piece of bread, like baguette.
Oh, okay.
A little sliced piece of bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the one that is it like one of those ones that just carve up the roof of your mouth?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Too sharp.
Gotcha.
Scratchy. No. So crostini, yeah, piece of bread, sliced, toasted, usually a little olive oil, salt, pepper on it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do a piece of burrata cheese, which is like a really kind of a fresh mozzarella.
Uh-huh.
Think of it like that, a little softer, a little more spongy. And then it's got a pureed poached shrimp and green olives with a little bit of chili flake and parsley, which sounds really, really weird. And the first time I read it, I was like, this is ridiculous. But I had to make it for an event that I was doing for one of those celebrity chefs I was telling you about.
Yeah.
This is a couple years ago. And it was incredibly good.
Have you ever...
It gets a little white balsamic reduction over the top, which is super sweet. A little cracked pepper in there. And it's freaking delicious. It's one of my favorite things. So I'm making that for a tasting.
Have you ever replicated something that you've made at work, at home, and it turned out terrible?
Oh. Well, I have had fails, definitely. Usually it involves alcohol and being at somebody else's house and getting distracted. A couple years ago, I made scalloped potatoes at my parents' house that I kind of got distracted while I was doing. I wasn't really paying attention, and I thought they were done, and I pulled them and let them chill, and they were totally not done. So everybody was eating crunchy potatoes, but nobody even said anything to me, and I was kind of drunk watching football or something, and I went to go eat them, and it was like, what the fuck? This is not good at all. I was super mad. And my mom's like, well, a couple of them in here are okay, Yeah. Thanks for the sympathy bites, but no, that was garbage. So yeah, I've definitely had fails. But yeah, like I said, usually involve alcohol and not really paying attention.
I think that you could say it with everything. Parenting is a good one.
Yeah.
Parenting fails usually involves
lots of
alcohol and not paying attention.
Yes. The other app I was doing for that tasting I'm going to do is a quinoa cake. We're doing a seared quinoa cake. It's vegan, so it's going to be binded together with overcooked white rice that I blend up, and then I fold in with the quinoa so it sticks it all together. And I'm going to saute some veggies, like some mirepoix, garlic, some thyme and oregano, throw that into the mixture. So I'll make little cakes out of that, and then I'll sear those off to give them a little bit of crispy edge on the side. And that's going to go on a orange chimichurri, or a spicy orange chimichurri over the top of that. And that's a little appetizer type thing I'm doing.
So I've often been lost when someone's explaining something to me, and I pretend.
Yeah.
My father-in-law, my former father-in-law, Sadie's dad.
Yeah.
You got that blanket's attached to you now. There you go. He would talk about V8s and 410 engines and dual carbs, and I'm like, yeah, no clue.
Yeah.
That's how I felt just now when you were talking.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I talk fast too.
Yeah, you got a little crostini with the pepper flakers with the
all the things I'm saying.
I'm srirachaing the white rice compound of the quinoa.
All right, let me slow it down.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds good.
Sure,
that sounds really good. I want to eat that.
All right, well, I'll cook for you someday.
We should do a cooking show. I think that'd be good.
There you go.
Cooking. Ooh.
Me and Joey can do it. He likes to cook.
Dude, he loves to cook. Center Man, that's what we call it. Center burner.
Center plate. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a company already.
Oh,
That's
it
who does
is?
the. That's who does.
It's
this.
SCNTER?
No. It's CENTER. But Center Plate is who does like the food for Safeco and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, we won't do that.
I mean, they hired what's his name, celebrity Seattle chef. Can't remember his damn name.
Center console? No, I'm thinking of burner, or center.
Oh.
What's the rack? Did they call it a center rack?
Yeah.
Is that
In the oven? Yeah, rack. Yeah.
But they call it a center rack.
No.
What do they call the burner?
Middle
Burner. They don't have any.
rack.
They don't have anything for a centered chef. Centered chef is.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay, so
Let's spend a whole pod coming up with a name.
we will one of these days. Right after the Super Bowl,
Yes.
a couple weeks later,
V-Day.
Valentine's Day.
V-Day.
What do you make your gal
Ooh.
for Valentine's Day?
Find out what she likes. Learn how to cook it.
My wife loves prime rib.
Take her out. No. Hey, we just.
That's probably what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's what most people do. I'm not a big crowd person, so I tend to try to stay home for those events.
Yeah.
I used to have to work them all the time, so
Oh.
that's why I like
Do you feel guilty?
corporate gig now.
Do you feel guilty? Like if I go to the grocery store on Christmas Day, because I used to work in the grocery industry,
Oh, you feel guilty that you're there, and
I'm like, hey, glad you're open. Blah, I used to do the same thing. What do you have? Help you out. Good Christmas.
Yeah.
But I'm still so thankful they're open because I totally forgot something.
yeah.
But I feel bad. Do you?
I don't go out on events, man.
None at all.
Yeah, like the last time I did it was a disaster, and I didn't want to do it ever again.
What is it? What was it? You got drunk and then
No,
and you weren't paying attention?
No. No, this was me and the couple that introduced me and Ashley. We went out for New Year's Eve.
How long ago?
God, our kids were young, so probably like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
Oh no, she would have been pregnant or breastfeeding still her second kid, I think. So maybe like 6 years ago, yeah. But yeah, so like they were super busy, and it was like New Year's Eve. I think it was New Year's Eve, and we were all like at the. I don't want to say the restaurant. We were at a chain restaurant that's pretty popular, and she had a lot of dietary issues because of her the kid that I think she had just had her second kid, and I think there's a couple things they're trying to figure out what they were allergic to. And in my industry, that's like a big deal now. You don't mess around with people's allergens and stuff like that, and it's not like the kitchen or the server's place to assume they know what's okay and what's not okay. It needs to be checked. And in a chain restaurant like that, they got notebooks of that stuff in the back because they're using recipes that are standardized that everybody's using at every one of those restaurants. So it should be simple enough to do. Any corporate establishment should have those, facts there, and your server should know that unless they're brand new. And we had asked the server about like a couple different things, and she went double checked and like that's not okay. No, we can't have that. And finally she's like, oh yeah, you can totally have that. That fits your parameters, and totally wasn't. There was a couple different things in there that she shouldn't have been eating. And so we were pretty upset about it. And it was like just the whole way it went down, like the server just like stopped caring, stopped coming to our table.
Oh, really?
And the manager came by and was just kind of like nonchalant about it. Didn't really even offer an apology for the mistake.
Really?
And I was really offended by that, just as someone who works in the food industry. Like,
right.
The customer is always right, no matter how annoyed we are with their requests. To pull back the curtain a little, we may go cuss under our breath. If you've ever seen Waiting, it's a perfect example of that. Have you seen that movie?
No.
A perfect example of that, where the server is like going out to the table and she's like, "Hi," and she's all bubbly as can be, right? The sweetest lady in the world, and like just playing up to the servers. And as soon as she turns around and starts walking back to the kitchen, she's like, "Yeah, I'll get you, whatever you," like starts cussing under her breath at him. There may be some of that going on, but you still don't like portray that to the customer ever, any way, shape, or form. Like that's just such bad form, and that's what they were doing. They were like projecting on us how annoyed they were with her, special diet needs. It's like, you guys are a chain restaurant, you should have this. And so I called him out on it, and I pulled him to the side, and I was like, listen, I don't ever pull this card, but this is what I do for work, and I know corporate, and you're totally ignoring like what you're supposed to do. And he's like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, you trying to tell me that you don't have your standardized recipes in the back there for all your salad dressings? And it was a salad dressing issue. And he was just like, well, yeah, of course. I go, so why didn't the server go check that? Why was it just like passed along and just asked? Why wasn't it actually like looked up? I mean, you don't know how severe her allergen is, and it's not your place to assume. And, he tried to shake my hand and apologize. And I was like, nah, we're leaving. And He's like, we're sorry, we'll comp your meal and da 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 da. And it's like, yeah, you're gonna. You piss me off now. And it's just when those events get crazy, when it gets super busy like that, I'd rather go home and cook for myself,
Right.
I don't like being part of that. I'd rather be on the other. Like every time we go out too, Ashley's always like, stop looking at the kitchen, because like she will position me now. So I don't look at the kitchen because I want to jump back there. I'll be like, what's taking so long? Do I need to go help him?
So that's okay. So I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. I don't know if anyone else does that. If you do, message me or whatever, tell me, because I want to hear your guys' work and this and that, where you guys will check stuff out. I used to be a dairy manager at Safeway. Mm-hmm. I will go check dates anytime I go shopping.
Yeah.
Because I remember the slow moving items. And I'm like, oh, this Chobani or this, it's like, I wonder if this is going to be,
this non-fat cottage cheese, the off-brand.
First day. So when Jamie got promoted to be a store manager at Panther Lake, she wanted to go and check it out. So we just did a little trip at night before she met anybody, before she got the store. And so she's like doing the store walk, and I'm over there just like checking dairy dates. And I literally pulled a cart full of dates, and I just just filled up like, oh, this orange juice is expired. Oh, this is expired. Yeah. And I love it. I love doing that. There's a guy at Enumclaw. We're friends, and so I'll go down there. I'll go in there in the morning, and I'll do the same thing. I'll kind of like look at. He's like, "Hey, whatever you pull helps me."
Yeah, so you're just doing my job for me.
So thank you.
Yeah, lazy ass.
Yeah, but I do. I get anal about that stuff, dude. You get addicted to start pulling, like looking at dates.
Yeah,
you're like, ooh, are they, So
yeah, Ashley will specifically talk to waitresses and be like, "Can we make sure that one of those seats doesn't face the kitchen, especially if it's like an open kitchen. If it's an open kitchen, like it's hard for me to not even turn around."
She knows.
So, and that's been for years. She's known that. I mean, a couple weeks ago, we went to a comedy show. We go to a lot of comedy shows at Tacoma Comedy Club.
I saw that.
Yeah. And so, it usually involves either dinner before or after. And then usually the kids are at Nana and Papa's. And so we'll go out to breakfast in the morning too. And, go out to eat then. And it's, kind of a fun little weekend for us. And we try to do that every other month or so.
Right.
And yeah, it's just the last one we went to, like, it was a wide open kitchen. It was kind of busy, and she's like, "Stop it! Do we need to go somewhere else?" And I was like, "No, I really want to eat here." And she's like, "Okay." And we go up to the waitress, and she's like, "How about that table?" She's like, "As long as he sits on that seat." And it was like totally blocking me. Like there's a pole behind me. I couldn't see the kitchen at all. And I was like, "Damn it, Ashley! How am I supposed to see what's going on?" She's like, "You're not supposed to see what's going on. I'd like to talk to you at least a little bit."
It's so funny. Everyone's distracted by their phones and this and that. You're like,
"Nope, yeah, I'm
looking at the kitchen the entire time."
Yep. She prefers there to be most wives be like, "No, I don't want a TV with football on Sunday morning in the restaurant that you're going to."
Yeah, she wants
that TV on in the corner, so that at least I'm looking over her shoulder and not looking over my shoulder at what's going on in the kitchen.
That's funny, but that's good stuff. Well, good. So Valentine's Day, the tip from Aaron is either
find out what she likes.
Find out what she likes. Can you do it?
Yeah.
If not, take her out.
You can do a prime rib. Come on.
Oh no!
I'll text you instructions.
Please do.
I'd love to.
Please, I would love that. In fact, if you could give a recipe per episode. Coming up.
Prime rib, dry rub.
Okay.
We'll post the dry rub ingredients.
Yeah.
High heat.
I like that.
Do like 450 with
your
your roast.
That'd be a good name for a podcast.
High heat.
High heat.
Ingredients later.
Yeah. You don't know if we're talking baseball. You don't know if we're talking some
so your prime rib roast.
Adult film.
Dry rub. Throw it in the oven. This is like the simplest way to do it. Throw it in the oven. If you have like a rack that you can set on like a sheet pan to get it off the sheet pan.
A centered rack?
There you go. If you can get it off like a meat rack of some kind, a roasting rack, put it on your sheet pan to get it off the actual pan itself.
Okay.
And like I said, dry rub, oven 450 for, depending on the size of your roast, that's where, the timing comes into play. So you'll roast it maybe 30 minutes, high heat, get that kind of that caramel on the outside, that crust, and then drop the heat and slow roast it until it's done.
Dude, you want to know my instructions?
Yeah.
This is how I do a prime rib. Get in a car. Drive around.
Wait, did you make the reservation already? Or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Go to Snoqualmie Casino. Show up to
Have you been there? Is it good?
Oh, the buffet? Yeah. So good.
Yeah, Ash almost went up there for an anniversary, but realized there's like no hotel there.
There's no hotel there.
Yeah, so it was kind of like, all right, well, that's not happening.
Yeah, it's not fun, but for that aspect. But you walk in, and it really is a nice time. Did I tell you the time I played craps with Sherman?
Mm-mm.
All right, so
Shut up.
Dead serious.
That'd
Okay.
be so fun.
Dude, it was amazing. It was after the Super
Hashtag
Bowl.
life goals.
It was like 2015. I think it was like 2015.
So he was balling out.
Oh, dude. It was so there were rumors that he'd be there. He'd show up there, and I'd seen him a couple times playing blackjack.
Okay.
Also, side note, remind me to tell you the story of when I got played. Unless I told you this, blackjack with at the Muckleshoot Casino with what's his name? Commentator for the Mariners.
Which one?
Mike Blowers.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna pot.
Yeah. I got Mike Blower stories too.
All right. Cool. Maybe we have a whole Blowers podcast.
The Blow Pow. The Blow Pow hour.
The Blow Pow Power or the Blow Pow Hour. I love it. All right. So Sherman. All right. So I've seen him a couple times. Okay. Rolling craps. I'll stand and watch. He usually wore a hood.
Yeah.
And he even had his he'd have like I don't know if it was his brother or cousin or someone looked pretty much like him, dreads and all that.
I feel like he had a younger brother that came here with him when he got drafted that went to high school in like Tacoma or Federal Way-ish area. Maybe I'm completely off. But
no clue, unless you're talking about Trufant. Trufant did that.
No,
Trufant
was
from here.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But no, I feel like when Sherman got drafted, he brought his little brother with him, and he like ended up going to high school here.
Well, this guy was a little older, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I'm playing, it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm playing roulette. And I'm just like, it's like a Thursday night. It's like a Wednesday. Hardly, just a handful of people per table. I play like $5 on 25, $5 on 31, $5 on 24. I'm playing all of Seahawks, and it hits 25, bam. And I won like, with my other stuff, I don't know. I won like a little over $100 or something like that, and I yelled when it hit, Richard Sherman, yeah, just dinking around. Okay, no joke. As they're pushing their money towards me, like the paying me out, he walks by and he goes towards the craps table that no one's at. Mm-hmm. They may have even just opened it up for him,
just for him, yeah. I'm
like, I'm playing at that table. I don't care. I cashed out, got my, couple 150, maybe $200. I don't know from everything I've won that night. And I go and I sit down. Well, you don't really sit down. I stand on the opposite end of the table. Nobody else shows up. Really? Nobody. It's just me and him and his girlfriend, who's now his wife. Yeah. Or I don't know if they're married yet. But
wife and kids.
Yeah. And I am petrified because I don't know if you guys have played craps, but I have a loose understanding of it. I can play like 6, 8, 9, 10. Play the
line.
That's all I know. Play behind it once you get going.
I play hold 'em and that's it.
Yeah,
I'm a one-trick pony.
Other than that, when it's all the middle stuff, I know I can understand the hard 4s and hard 10s and hard 8s. I get all that. But so it's my turn to roll. He rolls first. I'm betting with him. I'm betting. He crapped out. The thing is he pushed it every time. He never, like when he won, he would push. All right, push over here.
He'd never pull off.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Why?
And so then he eventually crapped out, and then
your turn.
He's got no money. That's my turn. And now I realize I'm rolling, and he's putting out more money than I've ever seen on a table before.
Like, I can't handle this pressure.
And this
now you know why you're the only one there, because nobody else can handle that pressure.
Oh my gosh. I'm out there with like maybe $30 to $40 out on the table. Yeah. He's got a couple hundred, maybe 1,000, 2,000. And I'm just like, and I'm rolling, and he's like, roll me a 5.
Yes,
I rolled. Yeah. yes, Mr. Sherman.
Yes, Mr. Sherman, sir, yes, sir.
I rolled a 5, and he's like, yes. And he, it's not spread it. It's pushed it, right? I feel like it's when you let it ride in a sense. Anyway, so it hit, and he just put it back on. Yeah. He didn't take it back, and I'm like, and he goes, another 5. And I go, okay. Boom. Another 5.
Shut up.
And he's like, bro, I don't know what he called me, but he said, you winning me money, man. You winning me money. Yeah. And I just felt so good. And he didn't friggin' take his money off.
You're like, you're going to lose all this.
Yeah. And he's like, give me another 5. 7. He lost it. And I'm just like, no.
Sorry, man.
Thanks for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I was that close, just tempted to talk to.
That's pretty cool.
It was way cool. I sat at the same blackjack table as him too, but I pulled my bet back. He came and sat down with his brother on another time, and those guys are putting out $200 to $300 per hand. I'm over there with my $5, $10, like, I got a 13. Should I hit or stay? Face is showing. I'm like, F this. I'll just sit here. I told the dealer, I said, hold my spot so that no one else would sit there. Because they do. You get a little group of people falling. But
yeah.
So played craps with Sherman. That was pretty sweet.
That's pretty cool.
Blowers.
Blow pow.
The Blow Pow Power Hour. So I can get talky.
You?
Yeah. Weird, huh? I can joke around. I can get annoying. I can talk too much. I'm playing blackjack, and I've seen Blowers there before.
You said this is at Muckleshoot?
This is at Muckleshoot. I've seen him at Snoqualmie as well.
Muckleshoot?
No joke. He's wearing the same blue button-up shirt that I'm watching Root replay on the TV.
Like he came straight from the game?
He came straight from the game. It's probably like 11:30.
Still got his makeup on?
Yeah. Oh, dude. And he's with his bros. He's got these 2 dudes, older guys that kind of hangs out with. Nobody, but they're baseball dudes. Like, they're not baseball players. You can just tell that they're baseball dudes. They're those guys that still wear the flat brim hat and they're 45. They're the ones that have like sweats on, breakaway sweats on, those type of guys.
Yeah,
hoodies.
The gym teacher from elementary school that you remember. Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
That type of a person.
Yep.
So I'm sitting there with my buddy, just chatting it up. I think I'm being funny. I'm getting a couple laughs here and there. He goes, "Hey, buddy, what's your name?"
You sound like South Park there. He's like, "Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy." He goes, hey, what's your name? I go, Travis. And he's like, Travis what? And I go, Travis Kenny. He goes, Travis Kenny, if I was your friend, I'd tell you to shut the fuck up.
That's amazing. I'd tell you to shut the fuck up.
And I just go, okay.
Noted.
So, yeah. I'm like, all right, go. Yeah. And then I said, oh, how do you say your last name? Because it's spelled like blowers. Where's Blowers coming from, buddy? Where's the other W?
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that.
And then he said, what do the 5 fingers say to the face?
Anyway, what's your Blower story?
Well, so remember we were talking, and I think we talked about this in one of the other podcasts about going to the baseball camp, and there was that Texas Ranger kid that was good. So I think prior to that, my mom had put me and Craig in the Auburn Parks and Rec baseball camp, which was the Mike Blowers baseball camp.
Really?
Yep. And so he was there every day. He would put on a hitting show for us, and my brother loves this story. Too bad we didn't bring this up when Craig called. He loves this story because he's, 3-4 years younger than me, and probably was always better at baseball than me, even when he was 4 years younger than me. I can remember him like critiquing my swinging during a game, and me like realizing at that moment, like in junior high when he was like in elementary school, and he's like, Aaron, you're dropping your shoulder or your elbow or whatever he was saying. I don't even know. See, that's how bad at baseball I am. He's like, whatever I was doing it wrong. And he's like, you need to stop doing that. That's why you keep striking out. And at that point, I was like, yep, I'm done with this sport. When my brother's telling me how to do it, like my ego is not strong enough for this. This is game over, man. But he loves telling the story of watching. I didn't even really, my memory doesn't even like register that that's what was happening. I was so in awe that Mike Blowers is here doing batting practice for all of us. And, we're at some Auburn high school or whatever we were. And my brother was just like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, what? This guy's not even hitting any home runs. He's hitting line drives down the line. This is the lamest thing I've ever seen. And then it kind of clicks, and he still tells it to this day. He's like, I just remember watching this guy hit like singles down the line. Some Auburn high schoolers throwing him lob balls, and he's hitting them, where the left fielder would be to one hop him. It's like, what is happening right now? And I love Mike Blowers, but to hear that was, oh, wow, you're right. Yeah, this is kind of lame. Why isn't he drilling him? Like, why this high schooler's too much for him to handle? He can only pull one into the left field. But he put his before the nostalgia was lost.
Yeah.
We were going to one of the little fields to do a scrimmage, and it just happened to be that he was coming to watch our group scrimmage. Yeah, and we walked over and he was standing next to me, put his arm on my shoulder, and he goes, "Going to go watch your team to play, son. What position do you play?" And I played third base at the time, which was the position he played. I was like, "Oh, I play your position." He's like, "All right, well, I'll be watching you specifically." And he had his arm on my shoulder. I just remember that being like, "Oh," I went home. Mom, Mike Blowers put his arm on my shoulder.
Wow.
Pretty sure I committed like 3 errors in that game.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know. It
Looks like Mike Blowers would.
Yeah.
So that's good.
But I didn't hit 2 grand slams in a week or whatever like he did. Remember that?
No.
That was like when he was doing that camp too. So he was like the height of Mike Blowers.
Wow.
Because he had hit like I swear it was 2 grand slams in like the same week. And it's like some Mariner record. Like no one had done that. And back when all he did was hit home runs supposedly, but couldn't handle the Auburn high school.
Yeah, he just singles left.
But hey, he's a great announcer.
He's good.
He's okay.
He's decent.
He gets really annoying when he does his little voice like that. And he starts trying to mansplain everything to
What do you think of
everybody.
Ron Sims?
He drives me crazy.
Do you think Ron Sims is even a Mariner fan?
No.
Like he's just like, oh yeah, well, this is why when you play the Texas Rangers, this is what you got to bring because the Texas Rangers they're better than everybody else on the Mariner team. You're just like, oh my gosh, dude.
He's funny. I mean, he's a great announcer. He's a really good announcer.
But he is anti-Mariner.
He is not a Mariner fan.
No, he's
nor is he going to pretend to be.
No.
He's there to commentate. And he does a damn good job of it.
Yeah.
But Mike Blowers is there to be the Mariner
absolutely
sob story guy.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Red from back in the day. That's what Sims is like. Remember, was it Ron Fairley?
Oh yeah,
who would always he was Mr. Negativity, and it was always so frustrating.
Fairley was the worst,
dude. He was so
only because
Mr. Obvious.
He would say, him and Dave Niehaus. Nothing against Dave Niehaus is great.
Yeah,
but they could not say the word Mariners to save their life. They'd say Melanas, Melanas baseball, and
that's a pretty good Niehaus. Can you do the whole poem that he did that makes everybody cry? He talks about opening season or whatever.
No, but Fairley
brings us together.
He would say Washington.
Yeah.
Fairly.
Well, he was from like Ohio.
Seattle, Washington. In Seattle, Melanas. Melanas baseball.
Mowage.
It's like, can we get 2 guys that can say where we live and the team name without feeling just like you want to correct them immediately?
Yeah. Mowage.
Well, we were going to bring up Chelsea, but gosh darn it. We ran out of time. There is one thing I was gonna share this story. This is pretty funny. So Aaron and I off air here we're talking about how we were drinking last night, and he was at his house drinking some whiskey. I was with some friends.
Rye whiskey.
We went to around the town. We hit up different bars and this and that.
When you say the town, do you mean Enumclaw?
Enumclaw.
Got it.
We hit up Enumclaw, and there was it started. Where did we start last night? We started at the Lee, had some prime rib actually, and some drinks, and a group of friends, and then we slowly made our way around. We went to the Merc, and then we went to Cedars, and then we went to the Ski Inn. So at the
did you go to the Yellow Beat? Because I know about that one. That's where my
didn't.
rugby buddies used to go to cause trouble every once in a while.
We didn't go to the Yellow Beat, but these kids. I say kids, they're like 21, 22. They're playing darts and this and that. And I'm drinking. I'm having some fun. I walked up to this kid and I just was like kind of chatting him up a little bit about something I can't remember, but he's like, "Hey, did you play a tournament, Madden football tournament, like a couple years back?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did." He goes, And you smoked everyone, right? Like, you won? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, yeah.
Is this true?
Yeah, it is. And he's like...
Oh, I need to hear more about this.
He's like, yeah, you beat me. You killed me, actually. And I go, really? Okay, so that sounds so cool, right?
Well, to us it does because we both play Madden a lot.
Yeah, that sounds so cool to the people listening. They want my autograph now.
Yes.
I've got to tell you this.
Can we stop this right now? I need to make sure you sign everything.
It's incredible, the feat that I just did. Like, you're hearing that, you're going, wow, this kid, it was like 10 years ago. It's a lasting memory.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm doing some math now.
Okay, doing some math.
I'm doing some math now.
So we had
Wait,
this,
he's 21?
Yeah,
He's 10 years ago?
He's 22.
Okay.
He was 12.
Got it.
So I always wanted to play in a Madden tournament. Now I would host these at our church every once in a while, just for like youth hangouts, and I'd smoke the kids. This isn't one of those. Another place. So in town here in Enumclaw, it was called Station 82 or Station 22. They changed their name twice, or once or whatever. But what it was they had about
Tax fraud. Yeah.
8 or 9 large screen TVs with consoles and couches, and you would drop your kid off and you'd pay like $5 an hour.
Okay. They had these at the mall too, right? Like,
They'd go in and they'd play.
Yep.
So, back in the day, Sadie and I would go drop off the kids there. And one time we're dropping off and I see this thing that says Madden tournament.
And you're like, yes.
I'm like,
it's my time.
What day is this? And they're like, oh, it's going to be next week, this and that. I'm like, I'm in. So I thought it would be like other people showing up, like from
some other like 30-year-olds, maybe
28-year-old,
28-year-old,
yeah. I thought
maybe a college kid or two.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
I thought I walk in.
There's a generation gap apparently with Madden players.
Just completely kids.
Mom dropped me off. She gave me an extra 10 to enter the tournament.
Just all kids right in front of me.
No.
But I've walked through.
It's too late. I'm doing this.
And I was set, dude.
Yeah.
It cost like $20 to go.
Were there any other?
None.
What was the oldest kid there besides you?
Oh, 16, 17.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You're like, this is awkward.
Dude, no. I honestly was so pumped that I got to play people that were, because my brother, I used to beat he stopped playing me. I used to beat him even about that time.
Yeah.
We'd play every once in a while. 90 to 14.
Not fun.
Crushed him.
Yeah.
He hated it.
Yeah. I have a buddy like that in our group that was like the Madden guy.
Oh.
And would just.
Dude, I named my daughter Madden. This was made for me.
Yes.
So I go up, pay my $20, sit down. All right, you're gonna, they have this bracket on the wall.
Yeah.
There's probably about 20.
You're playing little
kids.
Timmy first,
dude. Smoked him.
9-year-old James is here.
Crushed him with no mercy. It was.
My mom forgot my glasses. Can I stand closer to the television?
I'm onside kicking. I'm going for it on fourth down. I'm bombing.
Tell me you're talking shit the whole time too.
Booyah,
son, in your face.
Dude, I wish there was a video of it because I was.
Can you deal with that?
Dude, I was those guys on those videos. When you'd watch them, yeah, son, you can't bring that over here. I didn't cuss at them, but everything, but. Okay,
sir, will you sit back down?
Smoked the first one. Just smoked it. These kids started quitting. But they also started watching.
Yeah.
So anytime I'd play somebody,
there'd be a group of 10 or
dude, these kids would just be eating their nerds and their Cheetos and everything, just Mountain Dew and just watching.
He's the legend.
Oh, I
look at him. He's been knighted. He's Sir Travis Kenny now.
I played. Oh my gosh,
this is too funny.
It's so embarrassing now, but so
I'm glad you committed to it though and didn't go okay, I didn't realize I'm out of here. You're like, you know what?
And I'm
already here.
And I didn't change my game plan.
Time to teach a lesson.
I got a little scared. When someone scores on me in the first quarter, I'm like, okay, this guy's gonna be as good as me.
You're thinking there's one prodigy here.
Dude,
there's one 11-year-old who's been playing his dad for 11 years.
Scored on me. And I'm just like, oh gosh, he got the ball first. He scored on me. I'm like, oh, this runs over. He must have got lucky or something because I went on to beat him. But there was that one moment where I thought I've ran into this buzzsaw is about to bind up on this kid right here.
I'm about to lose a digit.
So then I played another. So then I got to the championship and just smoked the guy.
Yeah,
absolutely smoked him. And they gave me a shirt. They gave me
size medium.
They gave me. I won
kids medium.
I won $60.
Hey, Kane, guess what?
I got some free passes for my kids.
Yeah.
They're like, we would have given this to the kids as a free passes.
But I guess here you
got children, right? And I'm like, yeah.
That's how I know about this.
Oh man, it was great. But yeah, so this kid, this 22-year-old was like,
Yeah, I
last
remember
night.
you.
Hey, did you play in a Madden tournament?
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago? I'm like,
You're like famous in their household as the
Oh,
old guy
man.
who's just like a jerk and just taunted.
dude, I can't remember. I that is crazy to me because that reminds me of like, you had your coach where you're just like, oh, that's my coach when I was like in, you see him, you still see him around town or whatever. You see him at the grocery store or whatever. You're like, oh, that was my coach. That's Mr. So-and-so.
All my coaches are arrested, so
Are they really?
seems like it. I came up through the Bonnie Lake Little League, so I got moved to Auburn. My dad was so tired with everybody getting arrested. I saw my coach on, dude, this is hilarious. I saw my coach, we're sitting on the couch. This is back when I lived in Sumner, right? I'm like 8 years old, 9 years old, and me and my dad are sitting there, and all of a sudden, this guy pops up, and it's like, oh, damn, that's my, what was it? What's past coach's pitch? Majors? Coaches pitch to majors, right? Or whatever.
Like minors. I think it was
minors and majors or whatever, depending on, you tried out, right? That's when he first started trying out for Parks leagues and stuff.
Yeah.
And my first coach for that was got arrested for stealing cable, and so his face is all of a sudden on TV. And it's just, don't steal cable. It's not worth it. I did it, and I got caught. And it's like Dad's like, oh, yeah, that we're going to Auburn Little League now.
Just cable, like
back in the day, stealing
Comcast.
whatever it was back then.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, stealing television, stealing HBO.
Did you ever try stealing it?
No.
I tried stealing it at an apartment complex once. Didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of, pirating and
LimeWire and Napster.
all that. Oh man, yeah. Pirate Bay and all that.
Did you listen to the Mike on the Mic one where we were talking about that?
I think so. Yeah, you guys were talking about LimeWire.
Yeah,
and I was cracking up because I thought of the first thing I ever downloaded
was what?
It was Tom Petty, and it was like 4 or 5 Tom Petty songs, and I don't know why. I mean, I don't know what inclined me. It must be the first thing I found that piqued my interest. But
have you gone to a Tom Petty concert? No. Oh, I thought you'd be like a big Tom Petty fan.
I mean, I am, but I don't go to concerts. I've been to like one concert my whole life, and it was like a Jesus concert.
Was it DC Talk?
Yeah.
And I went with you.
You went with me.
Jars of Clay.
Jars of Clay and
DC?
No, Michael W. Smith singing at Tacoma Dome.
Yes.
We went with my youth group.
I went with your youth group.
Yes, you did.
And then we went back. We played Earthbound.
Earthworm Jim?
No, Earthbound.
What is
Some
Earthbound?
Super Nintendo game that I rented. I told you guys, oh, dude, you guys got to play this game.
I don't remember that, man.
And I'm pretty sure Channel 98 came on at some point or that weekend too.
Probably. It all comes back to
Did your parents talk to you about that?
If they did, I don't remember.
My mom the other day, she's like, so listen to your podcast with Aaron.
Uh-oh.
Heard about Channel 98.
Yeah, you're not allowed to go over there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
And then I go, yeah, teenage kids, blah, 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 and she goes, well, we thought that was pretty cool though that you didn't include your brother in that. Like
we had enough sense to not. Yeah.
No, I'm like, he would have ratted.
Yeah,
on me.
that's why. Thanks for giving us credit. Yeah, we appreciate that, Aunt Karen.
I know. It was pretty
But
funny.
we just were afraid we'd get more chances of getting caught.
Oh, yeah,
letting the little blabbermouths know.
No, I had enough of a guilty conscience. I didn't need to have my brother have a guilty conscience. He would have ruined it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was I feel like this was a good episode.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't talk about anything specifically, but we definitely had a lot of fun.
It was hilarious. You listened to the Tion podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, the one right after New Year's Day that you released was hilarious.
Why? What was funny? What was your?
You guys got good banter. I know I said that about you and Joey, but you and Tion too. Yeah, you guys definitely
2 T's on a pod. We that's true.
Yep. And he's from my area.
He's from your area.
He's out in the Lake Hood.
Maybe yes. Maybe
he's
I need
near me. I drive through Lake Hood every single day.
Maybe I need to pack this thing up one weekend or one Saturday and go meet up with you and Tion at someone's house. So, well, Chelsea. It's great talking about you.
That's one theme throughout every episode is we shout out Chelsea.
Yeah,
whether
Chelsea.
we talked about her or not.
You're
we love you,
great,
Chelsea. You're the best.
Yeah, keep it up. One of these days, we'll include you in a pickup football or basketball game. You won't be the coach nor the cheerleader. We promise. Promises.
Pinky swear.
Did you do pretend you're talking to God? Did you ever do that with us?
I don't think so.
So me and my brother came up with, to tell the truth, it wouldn't be like, hey, you lying to me? Or no, I promise.
Yeah.
It was like, a promise was like, okay, like you're like 90% telling the truth, but there's still 10% that you couldn't be.
Yeah.
Pretend you're talking to God.
Ooh.
And we couldn't say I swear to God.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing. It's just worded differently.
Yeah.
Pretend you're talking to God
That just
right
sounds less like a sacrilege almost.
Right.
Like, it sounds more formal and like appropriate, I guess you could say. Yeah, yeah.
Pretend you're
Pretend you're talking to God right now.
Yeah, pretend you're in the Lord's presence. Pretend you're at
You
the
want to
altar
say that
of the
again?
Lord.
Yeah, you're entering heaven's gates. You want to confess any sins?
Yeah, you feeling good about
A little
what you just
dramatic, but okay.
said? So that's how, and then that's where you got busted. That was like the double stamp.
Did we really talk about Michael W. Smith just now?
Michael W. Smith.
That's sad.
I had a CD.
Yeah, you got your mom would always buy me like Christian rap CDs to try to like.
Dude, I loved Christian rap.
I felt like
CDs.
she was trying to rope me back in. Like, come on,
Yeah.
I know you got Tupac, All Eyes on Me, but try
But-
DC Talk.
Well, that's what they had at the Christian store. I loved
but
Christian
it wasn't.
rappers.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I definitely listened to it.
They had this poster where it'd be like, if you like Tupac, you're gonna
oh,
like.
really?
But do you remember God's Original Gangsters?
Yes,
And that's
because of you.
Yeah,
Yes.
but Justice also had. Remember Justice?
Yeah, absolutely.
He had the same CD.
That's hilarious.
And so we would.
That doesn't surprise me though.
I
Yeah.
think he came over one day or something, and he was like, I forgot how it started out, but
Guys connected on that level.
we all did.
Did you guys ever play ball against each other?
Yes.
Yeah, I had a feeling
Yeah, I played.
because he was at Auburn Riverside.
Right.
Yeah.
Played basketball. I know that he
He blew out his knee playing football.
it was summer league. Oh, in high school?
He was supposed to go. From what I heard, because remember we weren't. I moved out of there. I didn't
Right.
really know, but I did try to keep in touch with like 2 people, and he was definitely one of them.
Yeah. I love
And-
Justice.
And what I had heard was that he had blew out his knee, and he was supposed to go to like Wazoo to play basketball. And,
really?
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Have you friends on Facebook? Have you seen him since?
Friends on Facebook. Haven't talked to him since. I know that he's still living large, doing his thing. It was weird how we reconnected because I was working at Nordstrom as in the corporate office as a cook there,
Yeah.
cooking for the Nordstrom employees.
Shut up.
And I walked by the Wall of Fame, and that week or that month or whatever, he had won some award. And so there's this Justice Moncrief, like shoe salesman of the year, and he's working out at Tacoma Mall at the Nordstrom down
Wow.
there. And this was like 10 years, 12 years ago. It was
Right.
a long time
when
ago.
I'm just crushing people in Madden. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. So I had seen that, and that's when I think I reached out on Facebook and like friended him and said, "Hey, that's really cool, congratulations" or whatever.
Dude,
And
it was not
that was it.
Facebook. It was MySpace.
It was Facebook.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You guys haven't, like, here and there.
No, I haven't talked to him since then. No,
Was he happy to hear from you?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Okay. Justice, you're coming on, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks for listening. Once again, Chelsea, you're amazing. We've got takebackyourlifenow.net. We're in February at this point. I don't know if you're still doing good with your resolutions or not, but if you aren't and you want to
if you
get
started
back
in
on,
January,
yeah,
you should be done with your 30-day challenge already.
right.
Send us your results.
Yeah, send us your results. Also, the 30-day challenge, your next 30 days. Hit it
Do
up.
it. 60, 90,
Yeah.
go.
Let's go. Go to takebackyourlifenow.net. FBC 2020 gets you 20% off anything over there. And tell them the bone sent you. All right, everybody, have a great weekend.